Exploring unknown tech, decoding future unicorns. Welcome to Product X, using the sharp intuition of capital and the hardcore logic of an architect to help you catch the next big event in the global tech sphere. Hello everyone, I'm Rena. In the realms of cross-border e-commerce and global gaming, there is a saying that evokes absolute despair. We bought the traffic, but they died at the spinning wheel on the checkout page. Because cross-border payment channels are highly volatile. Tens of billions of dollars in transactions bleed out every year due to gateway crashes or false positive risk management blocks. To terminate this nightmare, Yuno, a startup born in Colombia that has now ascended to a global financial infrastructure behemoth, officially announced today the completion of a $45 million Series B financing round. This investor syndicate is outrageously elite. Beyond a 16Z and Tiger Global, it attracted Quantum Light and sovereign wealth-backed capital from the Middle East's two great titans, Qatar and Abu Dhabi. What Yuno does is incredibly hardcore. They built an AI-native payment operating system. An enterprise only needs to integrate one single API to instantly unlock over 1,000 payment methods across 190 countries globally. In the past year alone, Yuno forcefully clawed back $5 billion from failed transactions for its clients, saving merchants a staggering $500 million in processing fees. Vivian, the market is already dominated by titans in cross-border payments like Stripe or Adyen. Why is Yuno still being frantically snatched up by the most demanding capital in the world? What special DNA does this team possess?
Hello, Rena. Hello, Nolan. And hello to our audience. To comprehend the absolute dominance of Yuno's $45 million round, we must first flip the cards on the terrifying LatAm venture mafia standing behind them. Yuno's co-founder and CEO, Juan Pablo Ortega, alongside core founder Julian Núñez, are absolutely not greenhorn geeks. They are the core founding backbone of the Latin American super unicorn and super app Rappi, valued at over $5 billion, having built the underlying financial architecture of RappiPay entirely from scratch. Imagine operating in Latin America, a surreal market where banking systems are severely lagging, and cash alongside dozens of fragmented, localized e-wallets dominate the landscape. To seamlessly execute the food delivery and financial payments of tens of millions of users in that environment requires absolute, God-tier expertise. Their understanding of the pain points of local payments is unmatched. From a financial and capital perspective, this round highlights two highly counterintuitive brilliancies. The new trade corridors, strategy of Middle Eastern sovereign capital. Why would Qatar's Rasmal Ventures and Abu Dhabi's Further Ventures invest in a payment company born in LatAm? Because the Gulf region is transforming into the global new trade hub connecting Asia, Latin America, and Africa. The Middle Eastern titans clearly understand that future commerce requires integrating countless long-tail local wallets and payment networks. Investing in Yuno is essentially buying the highway toll booth on this new digital Silk Road. The Series B, anomaly, buying profit, not growth. The vast majority of Series B rounds are designed to burn cash for user acquisition. Yet, CEO Juan Pablo declared with absolute dominance, "We are not raising capital to buy growth. We are raising to ensure we can handle our clients' explosive volume." In terms of unit economics, Yuno's payment orchestration is a textbook ROI harvesting machine. It boosts client authorization pass rates by 5% and recovers $5 billion in transactions. The SaaS software fee it charges enterprises is a drop in the ocean compared to the pure revenue it recovers for them. This grants Yuno extreme pricing power and NRR, which is exactly why they dare to project full profitability by next year.
Hello everyone, I'm Nolan. As Vivian stated, solving global long-tail payments is excruciating dirty work. From an underlying architecture perspective, the legacy enterprise approach is hard-coded point-to-point connections. Yuno created a completely decoupled payment OS. If a gaming company attempts to integrate 1,000 payment methods themselves, it means maintaining 1,000 SDKs that can change interface protocols at any moment, which is an engineering disaster. Yuno's core technical pipeline conquered three hardcore modules. Unified abstraction layer. At the foundation, Yuno abstracts highly complex payment logic into a standardized set of data models. Enterprise engineers only need to maintain a single API connection with Yuno. When a new e-wallet emerges in a new market, Yuno executes the adaptation and hot updates the configuration in the cloud. The enterprise doesn't need to alter a single line of code to render the new button directly on their front-end checkout page. AI-driven smart routing. This is the core weapon Yuno uses to recover $5 billion in dead transactions. When a transaction occurs, should it be routed to acquirer A or acquirer B? Yuno's foundation no longer relies on static rules. It runs a real-time dynamic programming model akin to a multi-armed bandit. We can express this decision process using an expectation maximization equation. In this algorithm, the AI uses real-time context to predict the authorization success rate of route R. The system evaluates in a fraction of a millisecond. Do we take route A or route B? If the primary route is declined, Yuno's underlying cascading mechanism seamlessly switches to a backup route in milliseconds. The user never even notices a failure occurred. Compliance and anti-fraud gateway integration. Yuno directly embeds global KYC, KYB screening, and machine learning anti-fraud into the routing pipeline. It automatically isolates malicious traffic in highly volatile emerging markets, fiercely protecting the reputation and chargeback rates of massive enterprise clients.
Once you understand this terrifying underlying routing and abstraction mechanism, you see exactly why supergiants like dLocal and Proza bow down to become Yuno's white label clients. Because achieving genuine localization everywhere in the world is the hardest math problem in payments. Anyone attempting to copy Yuno's gateway and node library from scratch today is looking at an engineering lag of at least 2 years. What a 16Z and the Revolut founder invested in is an absolute winner-takes-all temporal moat.
Precisely. Armed with $45 million in new ammunition, Yuno officially declared a cutting-edge engineering evolutionary directive, deepening agentic commerce. This means that the future Yuno will not merely be a passive router, but an AI financial special agent equipped with autonomous decision-making capabilities. When a high-value B2B cross-border mega order gets stuck due to FX volatility or a risk control flag, the underlying AI agent will automatically negotiate with the banking system's APIs, automatically split the billing, or even push interactive cards to the user's phone, suggesting alternative payment methods. The entire process achieves unmanned fulfillment without requiring human financial intervention. Simultaneously, expanding from a purely online OS into the massive and severely antiquated offline US. In-person payments ecosystem will serve as the ultimate engineering trial for Yuno's hardware, software omni-channel concurrency, architecture.
From the hardcore geeks who fought their way out of the muddy Latin American food delivery battlegrounds at Rappi, to the new overlords of global payments, armed with $45 million in Series B capital and backed by a 16Z and Middle Eastern sovereign funds, Yuno has shown the world what genuine hardcore infrastructure looks like. In an era where globalization appears to be retreating, yet digital trade sprints forward relentlessly, the cross-border flow of capital should never be shackled by backward bank gateways and tangled spaghetti code. Yuno is utilizing a ruthlessly elegant single-point API and coldly efficient AI routing algorithms to suture the bullet-riddled capillaries of humanity's commercial network. When the flow of global money finally experiences zero friction, the true era of borderless commerce will have just begun. Thank you for tuning in to today's Product X.